I'm Guy Jeffrey with Pit Stain BBQ here in the garage in cold Minnesota. Went from 70 yesterday down to 30 this morning, and I'm freezing. So in Studio 3 here, which is the third stall in my garage, where I'm going to have to make the ribs for you. So let's get started. Alright, here's the 3 seasonings we're going to be using today. Going to use the hickory smoked salt, the original Pit Stain rub, and the showstopper. But first we're going to start out with some black pepper that I left over there. Hi. And here it is. So I'm going to pull these bad boys off. And hit them with some black pepper on the back. I usually try to muddle my own black pepper. I'm lazy here. So we're using this. And it seems to be working pretty good. Dollar store. And you actually get some decent chunks out of it. Who'd have thought? Alright, so hit them all with some black pepper. Hickory smoked salt. It's smoked sea salt. If you wanted to, you could use regular sea salt. We're smoking with hickory wood. So this is kind of for if you don't have a smoker. But I use it anyway. So I'm going to sprinkle some on there. Then we're going to hit it with the Pit Stain original. Just a light coat on the bottoms. Don't waste too much of your stuff, just in case you like eating bones. Alright, lastly, showstopper. Because there's paprika in this, I like to just use it on the top. It tends to burn a little bit on the bottom, and nobody wants a black rib on the bottom, so I don't put it on the bottom anymore. So here they are. That's why I have this. It's all for show. Okay, anyway. We're going to let them sit for 10 minutes, and I'll be back to do the other side. Alright, we let them sit for 10 minutes. I did give them a little pat, even though it's a rub. You don't rub, you pat. Just a light love tap. So we're going to do the other side. So we're going to start with some black pepper. And as you can see, the Costco 3-pack, they're not exactly the same. This one's a little shorter than the others. But that's okay. They eat just fine. My belly loves them. So will yours. So some black pepper, some hickory smoked salt. I always try to stay pretty high. So it just seems to cover a little bit better. And it's a lot messier, which is kind of cool. So gonna give them a light rub, or light dusting. And honestly, this bottle I did in a rib contest. This one right here, I did 15 racks of ribs and only used a quarter of the bottle. So you don't need a lot. This will last probably 50 racks of ribs. How do you do the math? Then showstopper. So this is what's gonna give it the color, make it look just amazing as they're cooking. So we're gonna do a light dusting. Once again, it's kind of like painting. It's pretty. Oh, look how cute it is. So cute. Oh, it's so cute. Okay, so we got a little red color on there. Looking good. When it smokes on, it darkens up. You get the mahogany color. They start looking great. I can give you a spin here just to give you a show. Not bad. All right, so I'm gonna throw them on the smoker, 225. I'm doing the 3-2-1 method. So we're gonna throw them bone side down for 3 hours, wrap them in tin foil and some other love, put them meat side down for 2 hours, and then out of the wrap, the tin foil bone side down for another hour. That's when we're gonna sauce and do all the love we need to do to make them better. So 225, starting the Traeger, gonna be using the Traeger, got the Oklahoma Joe here, lazy Traeger, it's gold. So I'll get started and I'll be back. All right, got them on the smoker. We're gonna do 3 hours bone side down on 225. So we're gonna close the lid and we're not gonna touch it. All right, this is the real world where the boy comes home and he wants to set up Halloween. You're in the middle of cooking ribs, but you gotta make them happy. So let's take a look at 3 hours of smoking. Oh, they look fantastic. Great color. All right, we're gonna start the next step. I'll see you in the garage in a minute. All right, so from here, we're gonna wrap the ribs. So we're gonna start out with some brown sugar. Thin little layer, about the size of the ribs, the length of the ribs, look at them. That's good enough. Then we're gonna use Land O'Lakes butter. We're from Minnesota. We gotta represent, right? Land O'Lakes, don't use margarine. Don't be cheap. So we're gonna chuck those on top. We're gonna add honey. Like Malcolm says, honey for the money. He's not lying to you. All about the honey. So we're gonna drizzle that on. We're going to get it all over our fingers. Then we're going to throw the rack that fits the tin foil right on top. We're going to take 2 layers of what we cut already. And we're going to fold it. We're going to try to make it kind of tight. This works out that way better. And I used to do the 3-fold. No. Fold it over. And then you try to find the middle of the end, which should be shiny, like my personality. Well, that's it. And then we're gonna dump in some apple juice. I don't know, 1/4 cup, 1/8 cup, whatever. And I'm just gonna tilt them that way so it kind of runs down so it's not all over my fingers when I try to fold it. And I'm just gonna fold it over. Not doing the triple wrap, the double wrap, the stupid wrap. I'm wrapping them. Both ends are shut. Simple as that. So I'm going to do this 3 times, and then we'll be back to show you the next step. All right, got them on the smoker, wrapped in tin foil. Another couple hours. We're going to set it and forget it. Don't touch it. All right, let's have a recap of what we did. We started out by opening the ribs, obviously, pulling out the silver skin, seasoning the ribs, putting them in the smoker at 225 Fahrenheit for 3 hours. We took them off the smoker, we laid down some tin foil, we put down some brown sugar, some butter, some honey, all the love. We wrapped them up on one side, we poured in apple juice on the other. We closed it up and we threw it on the smoker. So here's where we're at now. We get to look at what we did. Alright, now to check out what we did. So we're going to open the first rack. That's the small one. See how they look. Flip them over. Oh, they're looking pretty. Try to not be so messy. We still got time, my brother. Throw that in the garbage there. Rib number 2. Ooh. Looking and smelling fantastic. It's the short guy. This is another big one. Oh, those are looking really good. So we're gonna throw them back on the smoker for another, we'll check them in probably a half hour, 225. We'll get some little bit more pullback. These were really meaty, which is a good thing. So not a ton of pullback, but the taste, I mean, look how plump these things are. You gotta be kidding me. These are good. So, we'll throw them back on and we'll be back. Let's take a look at the ribs. Nice mahogany color, looking fantastic. Some pullback. I think it's time to sauce. What do you think? That's what I think. Let's go ahead and do that. Do it right now. With Pit Stain original barbecue sauce. Are you kidding me? We don't even need this to get color. Oh, but it tastes so good. Look at it just. That's my slow motion shot. Look at it just drip. Ooh. The sizzle. That's how you know it's good. Gonna use my brush. Gonna paint it on. Just paint it on pretty. Oh, look at the puffy little clouds in the background. Oh, it's dark. Look at the moon. Oh, so pretty. Oh, it smells so good when it hits the plate. Oh, get a shot of that. Yes, that's Pit Stain. All right, we got them off the grill. Now it's time to try the ribs. Easiest way to cut them is flip them over. That way you can see the bones. So I'm just gonna pull that aside. All these are so meaty, it's just falling off the top. That's so good. That's really good. Look at the smoke ring in there. Nice red ring around it. I'm just gonna eat. It's pretty solid. Pretty moist.